Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel, where you get a daily dose of hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and more. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when we go live, when we upload, when there's breaking news. So you know I had to do a full video talking about last night's verses between, of course, legendary R&B groups Xscape and SWV. Look, we went live on my TikTok watching this, giving you all the commentary, singing along. It definitely is something for the culture. Anytime there is a versus, it's definitely for the culture. Look, I don't watch versus every time, but I definitely have to watch it when some of my favorite 90s R&B artists come through. And I was excited when this was announced that there would be a girl group, Xscape and SWV. And there were mixed reactions in regards to who would win. Here are my thoughts on it. We have to base who won. Look, I know it's for the culture, but we also know this as a versus battle. And look, they both benefit. I'm sure all their catalogs are trending right now. I base versus on not just the hits, even though this is based off of hits. It has to be hits. I'm gonna need them to release like a whole rule book. But these are the rule book rules according to me, the Kempire. I'm basing this off of live vocals. And I know previously it was just people playing their music on IG, but now they're performing live. So I'm basing it on live vocals. I'm basing it on energy for the name of Keyshia Cole. That's why Keyshia Cole, in a lot of people's mind, lost her versus battle, was because her energy was off. She was late. Her attitude throughout the verses, people just could not connect with her. And song choice and the hits. Because the thing is, you could have hits. Putting a hit too soon or putting a hit too late can affect this versus battle. These are my takeaways in regards to the Xscape versus SWV. No doubt, there is no Xscape without each member. They tried doing it just tiny, Tamika and Latosha, and it didn't work. You still need Candy's tone for that just Xscape sound. So they sang their butts off last night. And Sisters with Voices. Look, can we talk? It's just me and you. Let's talk. I've been privileged enough to have interviewed Latosha and I've interviewed Coko before. The voices, like the strongest voices in both groups. Well, look, Latosha and her sister Tamika, the Scott sisters, are a voice in itself. It's one family. But Xscape, as I already said, have amazing voices across the board. You can't have Xscape without each voice. SWV, can we talk? I've seen people say, oh, Lily can sing, Taj can sing. Okay, before we even get to that, the ladies looked amazing. Xscape, they came out. They were ready. Our girls from New York, SWV, they came out. But then they had to switch outfits to get more comfortable. And I'm glad they did because their energy went up in the second half of this versus. But before we get there, let's talk about Sisters with Voices. Can we can we talk? I know I keep saying that. Can we talk? It's really a sister with a voice. Don't get me wrong, Lily, I know can sing it. Before you guys said, well, did you guys hear her on this particular song? Did you hear Taj on this particular? I know the songs. I've heard them sing, but I also know a girl on the corner that doesn't have a record deal that could sing probably everyone on that stage under a bus. Let's be real. The reason why you only hear Coko background vocals and, lead vocals, or you hear her voice elevated, was because she has the strongest voice. She is the voice of SWV. Even Latosha, when she announced to TMZ about this versus, she was like, Coko, get ready. She didn't say Coko, Lily, and Taj, get ready. Let's be real. Can we just be real? Can we talk? Can we be honest for once? Don't get me wrong. Coko, yes, look, I know you're all going to be in the comments. Well, Coko did a solo album and that didn't go anywhere. It's happened. It happens to a lot of really great voices. We saw it happen with Nicole from the Pussycat Dolls. That to me, says a lot about personality. It says a lot about song choices. It says a lot about the person. And the thing is with Coko, I've interviewed Coko multiple times. I think people are off, and even in this verses, people are talking about Coco's energy. If you have not followed these people's career, if you've never been around these people, if you've never interviewed these people, then you probably wouldn't know this. I've met Coko multiple times. I've interviewed Coko multiple times. Coko, I think, is just the type of personality, and I think she came out last year talking about mental health and her own mental health. And I think she's just one of those people, unless you really know her, it's also that New York thing where if I don't know you, this is what you're getting all day, every day. And I think that is part of Coco's energy. I think Coko is just a talent. She's just very talented. She's an incredible vocalist. And she's not about this Hollywood life. She's not about this business. And that's probably why she just was like, you know what, that's why I'm going to just focus on gospel music for a long time. And I think, like Keisha Cole, people were like, what? But if you've known Coko for years, this is Coko. Coko is consistently this. You know what I mean? But she loosened up towards the second half of the verses. And I'm sure maybe someone said, you know, Coko, you got to loosen up a little bit. And maybe she got a shot of something. And she brought it in the second half. But let's break down, you know, I was leading you guys up. I was warming you up. Let's talk about the verses itself. And I'm not going to go by song. I feel like song choices on both sides were interesting, but I have to give this one, in regards to songs and hits, SWV. Xscape had to pull out songs that Candy wrote. They had to pull out a lot of features or remixes. And I hate when I see people bring out features or songs that they wrote. I get it. It's a part of their history, their catalog. But I want it to be about the group. I want it to be about what the group brought. Unless it was a remix that you really elevated the song, or the remix was the biggest song part of the song, like no, the remix. Unless it was that, I don't think that should be a part. We saw Ashanti do it with the songs that she wrote for J-Lo. I didn't like that then, but look, it is what it is. And I feel like Xscape did a lot of that, and I love Xscape music. But when it comes to songs, hit songs of the 90s, Xscape has some really great ones. But if you're going match for match with SWV all day. So when it comes to songs, I feel like SWV won. One thing I can appreciate, especially with these girl groups, is the fact that, you know, yes, there's tension. There's, you know, artists in the groups that feel like, you know, they're not highlighted enough. They're known as the background vocals as opposed to the lead vocals. And I'm talking specifically about SWV. So they did have moments where they tried to elevate Lily, moments when they tried to elevate Taj. And, you know, I get it. And they try to do the same with Xscape. You know, they did a Candy feature. They did Candy's song. They did a lot of Candy stuff. They did a Latocha feature. They did, you know, they really tried to elevate each other, which I can appreciate. But if we're doing a versus battle, if this was a real battle and there were people voting, y'all would have lost. Y'all would have lost in regards to songs. In regards to energy, Xscape had the energy from the jump, and they kept it going throughout the entire verses. They all were just in a good, positive place. Everyone was like, wow, Tiny actually came out. Anyways, but Tiny seemed like she was over it by the end. It could be because they were all dressed up. They were in heels. SWV during the break, they changed. They put on their Air Force Ones, and they were ready to go. They had their sweats on that said SWV, because remember that was a throwback from like their first album. Remember that? Yeah. So, but the energy in the beginning for SWV was like, Taj looks amazing, by the way. I mean, they all looked amazing, but Taj looks like she just rolled out of the 90s and was like, here I am. Their energy in the beginning, specifically Coko, wasn't up there. But the second half, they came with their dance moves, and like they were in concert. It really felt like a concert. And then, of course, Xscape did something very similar as well. But for energy, Xscape gets it. Let's talk about live vocals. And this is going to be, I know, highly debated. But one thing about Xscape, no matter if you want to talk about the songs and things like that, the vocals last night, even Candy's, who people like to, you know, make fun of Candy's vocals, but Candy's vocals last night were on point. I said already in the beginning of this that Candy's tone is necessary for the blending of Xscape and making Xscape what it is today. Those Scott sisters, Okay, specifically Latasha, I can't remember the name of the song, but you guys will remember it was in the second half, and then she just skipped with the high note. Like, I literally need to replay that. That was the moment. Like, if there was going to be a KO moment, that would have been one of them. But I have to say, when SWV played Right Here with the Michael Jackson remix, that to me was another KO moment. Like, I was like, boom. But let's be real. If we were going to compare every single woman in each group that can sing their face off, Xscape wins when it comes to live vocals. Don't get me wrong, Coko is the voice. Like, she has an amazing voice. When she sang Weak, when she sang oh my gosh, I get the Patti LaBelle song. You guys will remind me in the comments, but look, I'm doing this straight. So Coko is the voice. But Lily and Taj, yes, they have good voices. But if we're comparing live vocals, and don't get me wrong, SWV's harmonies, there were certain parts when he did, I don't know, Every Day, Man Crush Every Day, those harmonies were fantastic. But when you're talking about vocals, live vocals during this versus, Xscape wins. Xscape wins. So if I had to really pick, based on those three categories of hits, vocals, and energy for the verses, Xscape would win. Xscape would win because they hit all the marks. But if we go back to the original reason why Versus was started, it was about your hits. It was about the songs. That was it. It wasn't about your energy. It wasn't about live vocals. And I'm loving that they're getting into the live vocals, but let's remember the heart of what Versus was about just the hits. And that would have to go to Sisters with Voices, New York's own SWV. SWV. Look, I got my 90s spirit going last night. I enjoyed it as a musician, as a singer, as a 90s kid. I got everything last night between Xscape, SWV. It was amazing to see the sisterhood, to hear Coko jump in on an Xscape song. That was amazing. I love seeing the sisterhood. I love seeing these artists get the shine that they deserve, being opened up to a whole new audience. SWV talked about some of the songs that they saw trending on TikTok. People that are remaking their songs on TikTok. I think that's amazing. See, Coco's son is also a singer. She said he's going to be a dentist, though. He's an amazing singer, though. And I'm sure if you follow him on TikTok, then you already know that. But let me know. I know everyone's going to have a different opinion. Based on the criteria I gave you, who would have won last night? Energy, live vocals, and hits. Who would have won? But if you want to just base it on hits, who you thought would have won? But as always, let's lift these amazing Black women up today. Happy Mother's Day to all of them and to you that are watching and that support this channel. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out when there's breaking news, when we go live, or when we upload.